And now to our lab for some amazing body experiments.
Ugh!
Whoa!
Just don't try anything you see here at home.
Today, it's your body's ticker, the heart.
Xand is having a little lie down.
You could actually try this bit at home. It's quite nice.
But what you can't try at home is hooking Xand up to an electrocardiogram, which is what I've done. It's basically a heart monitor. And each one of these spikes on the display is a separate beat of the heart. And it doesn't matter what you're doing. Even if you're just lazing around like Xand, your heart never stops beating. It beats even when you're asleep. As Xand seems to be illustrating perfectly.
You can see the spikes and his pulse is around 70.
OK, Xand, demonstration over.
What? What? What demonstration? I've been awake the whole time.
Now, your heart was beating when you were a 6-week-old embryo inside your mum, just the size of a raisin.
Your heart is made up of millions of tiny cells, and each one of those cells beats on its own.
And here's one of them. This is a single heart cell. It just won't stop beating, even without its mates.
Absolutely brilliant, isn't it, Xand? Xand? Xand!
What?
It's not nap time. Now, if you ask more of your body, say when you exercise...
Exercise?
Yes, Xand, exercise. Your heart will step up and help you out. Right, give me some nice big star jumps, please, Xand.
When you exercise, your muscles need lots more blood and oxygen. To provide this, the heart speeds up. As you can see, Xand's heart rate is much higher now than when he was lying down. Even at rest, it beats around 100,000 times a day.
So, you've seen how your heart beats at different rates depending on what you're doing. But how does your heart actually work? How does it get all that blood where you need it, when you need it? Well, we're going to show you.
Check this out. This is a real heart.
It's from a pig, but don't let that put you off. It's very similar to a human heart, and it's a pump with no equal.
Blood arrives in the heart all tired and out of oxygen.
The heart pumps it straight to the lungs, where it collects new oxygen.
Back at the heart, it's given a mega pump, which scoots it all around the body.
And there's no chance of it going the wrong way thanks to the heart's special valves.
And if you add up all the blood each of these beats pushes around the body, it comes to 7,200 litres a day. That's enough to fill 93 bathtubs.
We've only got one bathtub. And if you fill it with blood, where am I going to have my bath?
You need a bath. Now, to show you how it manages to do that, we're going to cut our pig's heart open.
Looking inside the heart is absolutely amazing.
The muscle here is very thick. This makes the heart really strong, and that's how it's able to pump blood right around your body.
But it couldn't do it without one important bit of the heart, the valves, and you can see them here. Their job is to make sure the blood goes in the right direction.
To see how the heart does its incredible job, we've set up our real heart, using plastic tubes as blood vessels and green water to do the job of your blood.
OK, Chris, lift your bucket up a little bit.
First, the heart fills with blood. It does this every time it beats.
Oh, look at that.
Look at it fill. OK, and squeeze now.
Xand's hands are doing what the heart does by itself thousands of times a day.
And the heart is clever because
Everything's going into that bucket and nothing's going back into Chris's bucket. The heart only pumps blood in one direction.
and that's thanks to the valves, not to Harry Styles.
But there's one question that still remains.
How powerful is the heart and how far can it squirt blood?
I filled the heart. Now, you hold that bit. I'm going to get the bucket.
Give me that. Quick, quick, quick. Get the bucket.
OK. See if you can get it.
About a foot.
Yeah, about half a metre.
OK, go. Yay!
Not bad, but I think we can go further. Let's refill the heart.
OK, quick. Fill it up again.
But Xand's squeeze is not nearly as strong as a heartbeat.
Just aim it all in the bucket. Ready?
OK. 3, 2, 1.
Xand gets quite a lot beyond the bucket.
We just didn't get any in the bucket, but I still think that's pretty impressive. About 2.5 metres.
2.5 metres is pretty good, but a live heart actually beats powerfully enough to squirt blood more than 10 metres.
10 metres? That's more powerful than my best water pistol. Luckily, Xand's not 10 metres away. Remember Alice with her cut nose?
Ooh, painful.
Let's find out how she's getting on.
In Manchester, Alice is waiting for surgery on her hooter.
Alice was being chased by her friend Colette, who was pretending to be a witch. As Alice was running away, she tripped and went flying across the playground, landing face first.
Ouch!
The cut is quite deep, so Dr. Ricky has decided that Alice's nose needs to be stitched up. So it's time for her operation with surgeon Ian Bruce.
Thanks to a general anaesthetic, Alice will be fast asleep and won't feel a thing. And to protect her face, her head is wrapped up like an Egyptian mummy.
Any bleeding in the wound is stopped by something called cauterizing, where these tweezers use heat to seal off the blood vessels. Look away if you're squeamish, because we can see exactly how deep that cut has gone.
And with a few stitches, she's all fixed up.
All I've done is cleaned it up so there's no dirt underneath the skin, and then I've stitched it back, trying to create the shape of the nose as it was before. And I'm really hopeful that in a few weeks to a couple of months' time, you won't be able to tell anything has happened.
Great news, and a couple of hours later, Alice has woken up.
The doctor's fixed my nose.
But how does it feel, Alice?
It feels nice.
Oh, glad to hear it.
Bye, Alice.
Watch out for those witches.